Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminckansas.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life. And we're back.
It's almost Turkey Day.
So, yes. I don't know if I should bring up the controversy over turkeys or not. I hope you got a turkey, because there was a shortage. And so maybe it's Turkey Day, maybe it's not for a lot of families, but the whole idea, of course, is getting together with families and being thankful for the blessings that you've got.
And I think you should be thankful for all the wild turkeys we've got in Kansas, and by golly, you can go hunt one.
That's right.
We've got so many wild turkeys.
Anyway, so we hope that you will have a very, very happy Thanksgiving.
Make friends with a hunter today. If you're missing a turkey for tomorrow, make friends with a hunter. That's the plan.
Well, yeah, bring back really old traditions.
Yeah,
Go out and get one. So.
It may take a little tenderizing, but it'll be okay.
Anyway, we're going to talk about a place called
Fort Scott.
So, and it's located, of course, in Kansas.
Of course, southeastern part of the state. Fort Scott is one of the oldest communities in the state. And the first weekend in December, every year, the National Historic Site at Fort Scott has a candlelight tour. That is one of the best events around the state. Now, get your tickets now. I mean, it may be too late already, but it's never too late to go see the fort. But you walk in and it's like scenes from whatever time they pick out. It's like you just walked into the middle of their lives in whatever era they decide to interpret. So this year it's 1865, so 150 years ago. And it's, of course, a beautiful site. But let's just take a look at some more about Fort Scott. Built in 1842, Fort Scott was named for General Winfield Scott, hero of the Mexican War. It was located on the frontier, in the southeastern corner of present-day Kansas, on the military road that connected Fort Leavenworth to Fort Gibson in present-day Oklahoma. Fort Scott became one of a chain of forts intended to protect the new settlers from the Plains Indians, as well as to protect the Indians from the rapidly increasing number of settlers migrating from the eastern U.S. The U.S. government had intended to reserve permanent Indian lands west of the Missouri River. They moved eastern tribes to the central United States. This plan soon gave way, however, to the competition of settlers continuing to encroach on the Indian settlements. Fort Scott's most active days were between 1842 and 1853. Lack of materials and other setbacks delayed construction of the buildings, and soldiers slept in tents. Aside from a few whiskey peddlers and prostitutes, few civilians lived at the fort. Officers had brought their personal slaves with them. 5 miles east in Missouri was a grog shop that supplied soldiers, and quite a few courts-martial resulted from soldiers going AWOL at the shop. The desertion rate from the fort was high. Boredom, irregular pay, and hatred for military life were poor incentives for loyalty. Hunting was a popular pastime. Wolf chasing and duck hunting was the only way one officer could tolerate the place. The Army deemed the post unnecessary and auctioned the buildings to civilians. It was put into service again during the Civil War and used until 1873. The fort fell into disrepair after that time until 1965, when the National Park Service stepped in with the money to make repairs. The current National Historic Site protects 20 historic structures, a parade ground, and 5 acres of restored tallgrass prairie inside the city of Fort Scott.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
Fall is a great time to plant perennials, trees, shrubs, and bulbs. Root development occurs with the moist and cool soil conditions, which means better growth next year with less watering and maintenance. The use of mulch on all plantings helps protect from freezing, thawing, and drying out. Let Jackson's help with your next plant.
Jackson's top quality fall bulbs for spring blooming have arrived. Always plant the best bulbs for bigger, better blooms.
Jackson's Greenhouse has what you need today.